All right, so here we are at Home Depot getting some cable for our power. We're gonna use the 8.3. I'm gonna use the 8.3, 25 feet for the power for the electrical for the food truck. We're gonna pick up 25 feet of 8.3. That's gonna give us 40 amps of power. You can do the 8.4. That gives you two colors, one white and one brown.
Oh, I don't know if I have 8.3.
Oh, come on. Hopefully you do. Maybe not. Let's see. Frank Baltierra is here with the DIY how to build the food truck. We're keeping on going with the electrical. I found my SO cord. I actually had to travel to get this because two places were out of stock. I guess people are running generators all over the place. This is a 8.3 right there. We got the power, we got the white cable, we got the green cable, and then the colored cable. And we're looking for a way how to run this. This is how I ran it in my food truck. I ran it down through here, and I found the best possible way to run it to the front. That way we put the panel far away from the sinks. So we're trying to route it in the best way possible. So let's find this. All right, so what we have to do here, it gets a little trickier, but it's something that you do once and you're done. You take what we call this unibit, you put it on your drill. This is called the unibit. It expands metal by doing like a, they call it a step bit. So right here, we just want to make this just a hair bigger so the wire can fit. Let me show you guys. All right, let me show you. So this, we went with the little thicker wire. The one I have in my trailer is a 10.3. This one's an 8.3, and as you can see, it's just a hair tight. So we want to just expand this just almost nothing. That's why we use the step unibit. We make it about an 1/8 inch thicker, and then we file it. That way it's nice and smooth there. So that's what we do on this crevice. That's our raceway that we use to run our electrical, so we can put the electrical box in the back. I just want to show you guys exactly what we're doing there when we take this cable and we run it right through here. There's about the hardest part that I think is in the trailer of do-it-yourself is running this electrical cord through here. That's what I did because I wanted the electrical box in the back, just to give you guys an update on that. All right, so since I'm under the trailer, it's kind of hard to record this, but that's the concept. You make this just a little bit thicker, and then you put your wire right there, and then you're able to snugly take it through, and then that will be your raceway for your wire there, which is called your service wire, generator wire, and that goes straight to your panel. Look at that. So it's nice and smooth. We take that step bit, there it is, you run it in right through the hole, and it's nice and tight there. So that's kind of the update on the electrical for the service cable. Frank Baltierra is here back with how to build your food truck DIY series. We just received, this was on a back order, a 50 amp, the plug that's going to give us all the juice to run from our generator, which is right here, generator platform. And then we're going to plug it into right here where is the plug. So let's go inside the trailer and let's talk about this real quick. All right, so we just received all the stuff to be able to put the generator plug together. That way it powers up our circuit box up there, our service panel, breaker box, whatever you want to call it. The brand that I used was Siemens, and it is a 50 amp breaker, and it comes with like the outdoor proofing thing that it has there with a gasket. So when you run in your cable in here, your SO cable, it's going to have a nice weatherproof connection on there. So with that, what we're going to do now is we're going to actually connect our panel. What I use here is 8 gauge wire. I only needed 3 conductors, as you can see on there, and I needed only 3 conductors because I'm not running anything that's a 240 volt. I'm only running 120 volt equipment on here, being the lights, the switches, the outlets, all the equipment that's going to get connected is going to be only on a 120. So what that means is on a panel, when you have these connectors up here, when you have these terminals, when you have a regular house or regular electricity, let's flip the camera instead. Ah, there we go, much better. So when you have these 2 terminals right here, these 2 on any type of house connect to form a 240. So when you put 2 breakers together right here, let me show you guys. All right, so in a house, for example, if you have like a washing machine or if you have like a dryer, you have 2 breakers that are together like this stacked. When you put them on a breaker panel like this together, you have these 2 connectors that form, and that's what gives you 240 volts. But if you just have them on one, that gives you 120. So being this, we're just gonna connect on one side. So you take the Siemens here. This is just the brand, so it's irrelevant. You can use Eaton, you can use Cutler Hammer. You just swipe it right in there. Let me see if I can do it looking at you guys here. And then you press it right in. So that's what holds your breaker in there. There's a 15 amp breaker. And then we're gonna put one more. We're not gonna use this side because we don't need 240. So we're not gonna use, we call this a leg. We're not gonna use that leg. So we're gonna skip a space and go into that one right there. So 1 and 3, you snap it right in. So that's how the breaker panel works. Hopefully that's enough explanation to give you guys. This is our main feed cable right here. It's a number 8 with only 1 power, 1 neutral, and 1 ground wire. So that's what it is right there. It's a number 8 gauge wire, so it gives you enough amperage to be able to run your food truck here. And these are all what we call our home runs. So we're just gonna skin these back and then put them onto our breakers. Same thing here. We're gonna skin this back, and then we're gonna put 1 on this side. The neutral goes right here, and then we're gonna run a ground. So let's connect that up right there. The ground is gonna go over here, and I'll show you guys how that goes right now. And then this part right here is gonna get attached right to the trailer right there. So then that way you run a cable from this spot right there right up into the generator platform, and then when you open it up, you're gonna be able to just kind of flip that open, and that should be right there. And then this gets connected. As you can see there, we're only gonna use one of the connectors, which it's gonna be probably X. There's no real, you know, right or wrong. It's either X or Y. Just make sure the other one's the same. And then the W, if you can see there on the top right, that's gonna be your neutral. So that's how you connect this generator attachment plug. That's gonna be right in front right there, and then that's gonna power with the cable into your generator. That's how I work mine, and it has worked wonderful. And that's how you have your power cable right there coming up.